exercise, we'll create a logo by turning text into geometry. We'll start with a note created in Arial filled font. We'll use generic burst twice to convert it to splines and lines. Then we'll extrude the geometry downward. We'll switch to View 2 with CP equals DV, construction plane equals the drawing view. We'll use the Trim First tool to trim each extruded letter to the spline. Then we'll use the Dynamic Face tool in View 7 with the Offset option to extend the right face of the T. This will give us a neat artistic effect for the logo. So let's work with an actual file. We'll open up sample file KCV drawing9.ckd. This file already has CP equal to DV in it. Let's click on the generic burst icon. We'll burst the text twice to break it down into lines and splines. Next, we'll click on the extrude icon. We'll type 0.2 for the length. Then we'll select all of the converted geometry except for the spline, and then the downward facing vector. We can use the change attribute icon to lighten up the color of the solid so it's easier to see what we're doing. Now let's go to the front view, and remember we're going to have CP equal to DV. You'll see no construction plane axes in the top right corner. Let's click on Trim First. We'll select the bottom of each extruded solid and then the spline. This will create an undulating surface on the top of the letters. Now let's return to the isometric view. We'll select the Dynamic Face tool and select this face. Let's right-click on this vector and make sure we have the Offset option selected. Now as we drag the vector, we'll get a neat artistic effect for the logo. Click Accept, and we're done. So let's recap. We started with a note created in Arial filled font. We used generic burst twice to convert it to splines and lines. Then we extruded the geometry downward. We switched to View 2 with CP equal to DV, construction plane equals the drawing view, and we used the Trim First tool to trim each extruded letter to the spline. Then we used the Dynamic Face tool in View 7 with the Offset option to extend the right face of the T. This gave us a neat artistic effect for the logo.